Hi, I'm Mark from Coffee Break Languages, and today I'm back with another episode in our series, which is helping you maximize your language learning with our handy blueprint, a blueprint which will help you revolutionize how you learn a language simply by making sure you're organized, getting ready to learn, and being ready to fill your learning time with useful and appropriate tasks. Now, in our previous episode, we looked at the whole idea of planning and planning ahead in the sense of planning your learning sessions, what would go into that particular session. Also planning when you're going to do those learning sessions, making sure you have all the resources that you need in order to maximize the time in the learning session, and also making use of those surprise times. If you've not already watched the video, then make sure you click up here to watch that first video in our series now. But today we're going to be focusing on a new topic, and that is the topic of routine. Because once you've established what you're going to do in a particular learning session, then it's important to try to maintain that routine, stick to the routine, because the more you stick to routine, the more you'll be able to achieve what you're setting out to do each time. So let's have a look at some of the points that I have to share with you today. First of all, think about sticking to the same time for your learning. So, for example, if you really like learning first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, and you feel that that's a really good time for you, then stick to that time and try to maintain that piece of learning that you do every day at that time. Or perhaps you like doing it in the evening after your meal. Then you know that you have got just a few things left to do in the course of the day, and you'll be able to stick to that time because it's the time that fits your own life. And it's really important that we do let language learning fit into our life, because that's one of the key ways of letting it happen over and over again. So if you can stick to the same time each time, that helps you stick to your routine. And of course, it helps you avoid breaking your streak. If you do it every day at the same time, it means that you'll definitely achieve it, because you'll always remember, I've just finished my dinner, I'm going to do my language learning, or it's time to go to bed, I need to fit in my little bit of language learning before I go to bed. Now, this also helps you build up a pattern of learning that you'll be able to refer back to. You'll know when you need to do it. You'll know when you did it yesterday. You'll know when you're going to do it today and indeed tomorrow. But you have to make it fit around your life. There's no point in saying that, okay, you're definitely going to do some learning after lunch every day if perhaps after lunch you have family commitments, or you have commitments with your children, or work commitments, or places that you have to be. So make sure that the slots that you choose fit into the rest of your life, because again, that helps you stick to that routine and make sure that you're able to achieve what you're setting out to do. However, having said all that, it is a good idea to experiment with the different times. Get to know what works best for you. Perhaps you're really set in your ways and you want to make sure you continue doing things at the same time each day. But perhaps one of the best things that you could do is change it up a little. Because then if you change it up, suddenly you're learning things at a different time, but that's your new routine once you've established that that's the right time for you. And once you've got that new routine, then you can stick to that new routine and again, keep making your streak, keep making your daily little bit of language learning as you go through the week. Now, the final piece of advice I have for you with regard to planning a routine and sticking to that routine is all about the length of time of your routine. And for that, I'm going to hand over to my colleague from Coffee Break French, Pierre Benoit. Bonjour, Pierre Benoit.
Merci, Mark. Thank you very much. When it comes to planning your learning, there are a few tips, and mine would be it's better to have shorter sessions and more frequently rather than a longer one and very infrequently. I think for your concentration span, it's much better. I remember when I started to learn my irregular verbs in English, and I spent hours, and it was very frustrating. And I thought, no, I need to change the way I'm doing this. So I started shorter sessions and realized that I could retain them more because I would go back to that more regularly. So that was it. So that's the way. So when you're learning a language, remember, shorter intervals, but more frequently. Et voilà.
Merci, Pierre Benoit. Thank you very much. So there you have it, Pierre Benoit's advice, and indeed my advice too, on how to make sure that your learning is happening most effectively. If you can do multiple short sessions in the week, then it means that you're going to achieve more rather than trying to fit it all into one session, which for a whole range of reasons might not happen because you've got other things to do. So there you have it. Those are our ideas all about how routine can help you learn a language more effectively. Let's just go through them one more time. So we're going to stick to the same time each day to avoid breaking our streak. We're going to build a pattern of language learning and fitting it in around the important things that happen in your life, but also trying to experiment with times to find out different times of the day which may also work. But as Pierre Benoit said, always recommending that you stick to multiple sessions, multiple short sessions in the course of the week, because that often works better than single sessions. Okay, we'll be back soon with the next episode in our series, and we'll be focusing on a different topic at that point. And we hope that you've enjoyed this. If you'd like to make sure that you don't miss that next session, then please do subscribe to our channel. And of course, give this video a like and let us know how you plan your routine to help you with your language learning. It would be great to read that in the comments. For now, thank you as ever, and happy coffee breaking.